What's up everyone, it's the Aonomana King and this is my review on the anime series Ranking of Kings. So before we start, don't forget to like, share and subscribe and comment in the section below at the end of the video. And also you can follow me on Twitter at Aonomana King for any future updates or any projects going forward. So without further ado, let's go! So we're going to start off with a quick overview of what Ranking of Kings is about. So Ranking of Kings is about a young child that's born deaf and also mute, so he can't speak and he can't hear. So he's already got quite a few struggles in life already as it is, as you can see. And his dream is to become the king, you know, the greatest king out of all of the kings. And also he's left with a lot of different types of struggles where he can't build physical strength. So it's interesting to see, you know, throughout all the struggles how he's going to progress, you know, and we'll go from there. We'll see. So next on, we're going to move on to my actual review of the series. So we're going to talk about the story of Ranking of Kings, right? Because in the anime community, it has been hyped up how good Ranking of Kings is. Now, I'm going to be fairly honest, you know, so don't come at me because this is just my point of view. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, my review, you know what I mean? Some people may agree with me, some people might not, but I'm just here to give an honest review. And to be honest, the Ranking of Kings story, it has a lot of promise. I will say that, number one, it has a lot of promise. The story, you know, the background of the character, you know, it does have a good amount of promise. The story, you know, could go somewhere further. It could develop and have potential to be even better. Now, that being said, there are a lot of holes in the story. You know, there are a lot of issues within the story where things don't match together very well. You know, the amount of time it takes for any type of explanation, even like character progression. It's the character progression, although it moves quick, it feels sometimes like it's very slow, and you don't really get enough like explanation behind how the character is progressing to get stronger, you know what I mean? For instance, you see when the main character goes into the room to train, right? But you don't see him train in there, and that's when he's like in the underground place where like all demons are and things like that, and like the where the leader of the underground is and that, and he's being trained. But I felt that the explanation was very like minimal, right? It was just a quick explanation, yeah, this and that, you know what I mean? No explanation to how this character was able to grow and get this strength, you know what I mean? No proper explanation. Like also the backgrounds of certain other characters within the actual series, they have decent background stories. However, at the same time, there's not enough, I don't feel there's enough detail and explanation as into, you know, what's going on, you know. The thing is, the story has promise. I'll say that the story does have a lot of promise. I'm not gonna say it doesn't have a lot of promise, because when you watch an episode and you see what's transpiring, you know what I mean, it keeps you intrigued. It makes you want to keep watching to see how better it will develop. And don't get me wrong, along this series the story did develop a bit better and started to make a bit more sense, you know, things started to come together. However, there's still holes within the story. But other than that, the story has a lot of promise, has a lot of potential. It could be better. It could be way better. It could be way more epic. And also, what I do like as well is that it does hit the characteristics of the real world, you know what I mean? Of, you know, it shows through like the type of discrimination that people that are deaf and also mute go through in life, you know what I mean? The struggle. So we always see anime, right, that are like focused on people that, you know, just have like, you know, the normal struggles of life where it's just something bad's happened and I'm gonna get stronger and I'm gonna overcome it. However, this here relates more to people that are mute, that are deaf, you know what I mean, that can't actually build muscle or strength within themselves, you know what I mean. So it connects to the real world. It connects in a realistic way to the real world, you know what I mean, and understanding the struggles of what people go through. So it has potential, and I like that they threw that in there. They could work on it better to make the story even more interesting, you know, because although yes, that's the connection there, a lot of the side character stories wasn't that great, and it didn't really mesh well with the main character's story, you know, because obviously it's Ranking of Kings, you know, so the main character was raised around all of the other side characters, you know what I mean, or some of the other main side characters. However, their stories, those side stories were okay. They were okay, but not that great. However, you know, it does have a lot of potential, so I'm not throwing it under the bus. It does have a lot of potential, but it could be way better than it is. Would I say that it's on the scales of like the top animes out there? No, it's not on the same levels at the top animes, but that's just my opinion. Some others might feel different. It does have a deep emotional aspect to it. However, I didn't feel that connection with the anime. The potential it has, right? They could have actually put more emotion in it. You felt the emotion with like the main character, but other certain side characters, you didn't feel the emotion of what they went through or anything like that. And it felt like it was just all stuck like on the main focus of the main character. And don't get me wrong, main character is supposed to be main character. Focus is supposed to be on main character. However, you know, you must also put focus on like some of the side characters properly and actually, you know, kind of like match it, not overdo it to make it take away from the main character, but you have to kind of like pull it to a level where it matches and, you know, you still feel that same type of emotion, you know what I mean? Because you want to feel the emotional side of it when you're watching the whole anime. When you're watching the whole anime, you want to feel the emotional side of all the characters, not just the main character, you know. And I say that with all type of animes that have any type of emotion within it, you know what I mean. I'm not just saying this about Ranking of Kings. If you have an emotion in anime, you know, it has to match well, because you want to feel it. Yeah, boy, you want to feel it for every single character there, you know what I mean. You know, it's got to mesh well, it's got to have some type of like combination to it. But to be honest, it has promise, and that's what I'll end it at. It does have promise, it does have a lot of potential. So let's talk about the visuals for Ranking of Kings. Right now, animation wise, I'll be honest with you, I don't like it. It reminds me of like the Disney style drawing, right? So if you're the type of person that goes off the visuals, you may not enjoy watching it. However, then again, if you're someone that likes story, you may enjoy it, you know what I mean. You may connect with the character, you know. You may have like family members that have similar like attributes to the main character, you know, which actually makes you connect more, you know what I'm saying. But people that prefer story would probably prefer watching this. But if you can get through the actual animation, then go ahead. I would say go and watch it, you know what I mean. They could have done better with the visuals, right? They could have like adapted it similar to how I don't know if any of you've watched the Tower of God anime or read the Tower of God webcomic. Now the webcomic, the drawings are not that great. It's all right, not that great. So when they adapted the anime, they slightly made it a little bit better, just so it's watchable for people to, you know, enjoy more, you know what I'm saying? Because you see there's more detail in the drawings when it's the anime, right? That's what they could have done with Ranking of Kings, but they haven't. And the drawings, the artwork of the Rankings of Kings, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. It's not my style. It's not what I would prefer to watch. However, at the same time, the story, you know, like I said before when I was talking about the story, even though it has a lot of like holes in the plot, you know, holes in the story, it does have potential to be a really good anime. It does have potential to have a very solid story, but right now the story, I wouldn't say it's fully solid yet. It's not 100% foolproof. And that's just my opinion, and I hope they actually start making some changes to it to adapt it and make it better, fill in the holes of the story, you know what I mean. Change the artwork a little bit. You don't have to change it dramatically, but slightly can make that difference, can make it more appealing to the eye for anime fans, because a lot of anime fans may turn away from this just because visually it doesn't please their eyes, right? But also at the same time, you still get a lot of anime fans that prefer just story that will appeal to them more. And you know, people might enjoy the story a lot more. You know, some people will probably not find problems within the story, but for me, I found issues within the story, you know, which could be developed better, you know what I mean. But it does have potential. It does have potential to be a really great anime if these things are actually addressed. That's my view on the visuals. So let's get into the summary and rating of Ranking of Kings. Now, my summary, I would say that Ranking of Kings, the story's okay. I enjoyed parts of it. Some parts I didn't enjoy. It does keep you intrigued to see what happens next. I will say that, because you know, so that's one of the good things about it. It keeps you watching. You know, I do like the plot of the main character, you know, being deaf and mute, you know what I mean. It connects to real world life, you know, issues and things like that, you know. I did like that, you know what I mean. It was a different spin on things. Animation, I didn't really like. The story had holes in it, you know what I mean. So I wasn't too happy with the story, although some parts of the story were okay. So if I'm to give this a rating out of 10, I would give this a 6 out of 10. I would not give it anything higher than that, and my reason for that is it has been overhyped. What? I was thinking that this was gonna be some epic adventure, like some brilliant, but I didn't see that. The story was decent, but it has potential to be better. You know, hopefully if the second season does come out, or the story may develop better, you know, animation style might develop better. But for me, I would say Ranking of Kings is not for me. However, I would still finish watching the anime because it does keep you intrigued to keep watching till the end, where some animes will not keep you watching till the end. You know, you may watch the first episode and feel like, you know what, I don't like this, and just move on to another anime. But this one actually keeps you intrigued to keep watching, you know what I mean. You'll end up still watching and watching episode after episode, even if you're not actually enjoying it, even if you're not actually liking it, because you're still hoping for something great to come out of it. And at the end of the day, it's, for me, I don't think it's up there with the top animes, but it's okay. So I would say, yes, 6 out of 10, a fair rating, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, I'm not going to overhype it, you know what I mean. It's decent. Some people may like it more than that. You know, some people may actually like it more because they may connect more emotionally, physically, you know what I mean, mentally, and so on. So at the end of the day, for me, the anime wasn't for me. However, I was still intrigued to keep watching, so I'm gonna see what happens if they bring out a next season. Then let's see from there. So that's the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment in the section below. Tell me your views. You know, we may have difference of opinions about Ranking of Kings, but at the same time, it's all love, no hate. You know what I mean? This is all for, you know, for fun, you know what I mean, trying to, you know, give people something to enjoy. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at @AlNormanaKing for any channel updates and news to come going forward. So until next time, peace.